Did you know that we communicate better with our siblings rather than our own parents? Hi, my name is Stephanie Alva and my topic is on self-concept predicted by family members that are discussed in two different theories. It is stated that conversating on a daily basis in an interpersonal relationship with a family member by the confirmation and symbolical interaction theory predicts adolescent self-concept. The three topics I will be covering in this presentation is acceptance and challenge, which are both under the confirmation theory and the symbolical interaction theory. My article title is Testing Components of Confirmation: How Acceptance and Challenge for Mother, Fathers, and Siblings are Related to the Adolescent's Self-Concept. So basically this article is talking about how everyday conversations with parents and siblings predict adolescents' self-concepts by the two different theories. This goes back to chapter 4, where self-concept was discussed as your big idea of self and how you think you are by the subjective personal description. Symbolical interaction theory was discussed as well, and it explained that people make more sense out of the world through their interactions. The researchers' hypothesis was that if the confirmation theory with family members predicted adolescents' self-concept, temporal sense in daily conversation, and if it mediates the relationship. They tested with 206 adolescents, both women and men, at the age of 13 through 22, that completed a questionnaire and a diary for 2 weeks regarding their conversations with their family members. They found that part of their hypothesis was not true due to the lack of time they had and the population they tested to determine the adolescent self-concept. But adolescents did report a higher sense of self when talking with their siblings rather than to their parents. It also showed that adolescents' participation with family members mediated the relationship between the confirmation theory and the adolescent's sense of self. So I'm applying this concept to me and my brother because we both are like each other. We both think that we're better than one another, which frames us to be the best in our own eyes. We tend to argue a lot, and this makes us want to see who has the last thing in the argument, to know who is better than who, and this builds up to the point where none of us are talking to each other. Because we always start to assume that we try to challenge each other, and this leads to the symbolical interaction theory. What I've learned from this article to help my interpersonal relationship is to accept more than to challenge my brother when communicating, because it can make our relationship better and we can communicate without building up that negative self-concept. So I briefly went over the confirmation theory and the symbolical interaction theory used in an interpersonal relationship between family members to predict adolescents' self-concept. And hopefully this can help you think twice about challenging your sibling rather than accepting them, because we communicate better with our own siblings.